Eco Power is actually a brand that's well known for their Tesla fridges, but they also have a ton of other products like this 12-volt fridge freezer. This is the LiON Cooler Pro. This is a portable 12-volt cooler. You can also get it with a battery, so you can run it completely self-sufficiently off of this thing right here. You don't need the battery. You can just run it plugged into your car or power station or just the wall in your house. You can also get it with a sweet little foldable solar panel, which makes this thing quite the unit. And to be honest, when I justified getting a 12-volt fridge, it was pretty easy. I go camping all the time and I'm spending $5 on a bag of ice like every day I'm out there just to make sure that I keep my stuff cold. So I went ahead and bought a fridge. Then I realized I need a power station to power that fridge. And in hindsight, if I knew that things like this existed, I probably would have just got something like this because it's a lot simpler, it's the same price, and it does the job. And the last powered cooler that we had our hands on was the Anker Everfrost, and that thing set the bar super high. So when Eco Power reached out to us and said that they made basically the same thing at a more affordable price, we were intrigued. Is it at the same height of the bar that Anker set? No. It is a cheaper option, and if you guys are trying to save a little bit of money, it might be a good buy. But you guys know here at the lab, our opinions cannot be bought. So before we get into everything that we hate about this unit, like its bunk ass wheels and some of the things that we do like about it, we're gonna jump into a super quick 60-second spec teardown to make sure everybody is familiar with the LiON Pro powered cooler. First up, this featherweight comes in at 32.8 pounds. It's actually extremely light, passed the tiny baby lift test, no problem. This is a single zone fridge slash freezer. So the temperature range on this is I think 58 degrees all the way down to -4 degrees Fahrenheit. This is the 40 liter version. You can get a smaller 30 liter and you can get a bigger 50 liter. Inside the 40 liter, you can fit 53 cans. When you don't have ice inside of a cooler, it is amazing how much you can actually jam inside of there. And if you choose to buy it with the battery right here, then you're working with a 192.4 watt-hour battery. And there's 3 ways to power this thing. So you can power this with a 120 volt wall outlet, like a regular plug in your house. There's also a 12 volt car charging cable, as well as a solar input right here, which directly plugs into Eco Power's little foldable 90 watt panel and lets you charge this thing in just about 2 hours. This unit does have the ability to work with an app. You can just go on your phone and adjust everything from there. It's a first world feature. And in terms of design, it's just a really nice, cooler design. It's got a little suitcase handle that comes out the back. It's got some extra wobbly wheels. It's got some cup holders. And you can get all this in a 40 liter version for $538 without your portable battery. With your portable battery, this is $758. So we're getting really, really close to a unit like the Anker Everfrost. So the big question for me when you look at this is, do you buy Eco Power? Getting started with some of the things that we really like about this LiON Cooler Pro. I'm gonna start with the design. That's not normally somewhere I would start with, but this actually has me pretty impressed, I'm not gonna lie. It's very simple and it's very cooler-esque. It's not like a big land yacht. Like the Anker Everfrost is huge, it's obnoxious. This is a regular size cooler. You can easily pick it up with 2 hands and lift it. It doesn't weigh barely anything. And the design is extremely functional. The lid right here, when you get it to this angle, just comes right off, so it's nice and easy to load everything in. On the inside, they took a good advantage of the space under here. The cooling is kept right in about here, so you actually get a lot more than it looks like with this unit, which I really like. It's got the cup holders for your soda pops. The battery is very easy to access right here. You can also replace these. You can have like multiple on the go. If you're not near a power source, just buy a bunch of these. Like we mentioned, it has the suitcase handle, which makes this just a no-brainer. You just tilt it and you're on your way. A little bottle opener right here. You can buy accessories that hold things that go on the back. And then if you like look on the front, I think right here, you can see there's like tie down straps. Super nice. Overall, I think the design of this thing is actually really good. I just really like the compact layout of this. And I like that they know who this was designed for. This battery bank has a little screen on it. You run USBs, a USB-C, and then you have a DC in and out port on it. So you can actually use this to charge phones, laptops, and they even include a little light on the front. And you guys know, if you've watched any of our other videos, I'm a big light guy. They really need to put instructions. Oh, they actually do have instructions right here. Double press, light on and off. Haha, is this the best light? Absolutely not, but I appreciate lights. And I also just think it's really cool that they have an app. A lot of companies that are not mainstream, their apps are dog water. And this is actually a pretty decent app. It doesn't let you do anything crazy, but you can go on there and adjust your settings and see what your battery's at and that kind of stuff, which is at the end of the day, all you really need to do. And the last thing that I really like is that this is designed to run without a battery. So if you actually don't want to spend the money on the battery, you don't have to. As long as you have a way to plug this thing in, you can run it. You can also get it with their solar panel. Is this 90-watt little foldable solar panel the bee's knees? No, but it's the bee's something. These 3 little panels, I guess, are 30 each. They have the little Velcro legs on the back, so you could easily just take this to the beach and charge it up. So there is a lot of things that I do really like about the LiON Cooler Pro. But when it came to testing, first off, this advertises that it goes from 68 degrees to -4 degrees Fahrenheit in about 20 minutes is what they advertise. This in the kitchen of our house, which was at a brisk 68 degrees all day, was not that hot in there. We started the test at 62 degrees because it was actually out here in the garage and I brought it inside. So it already had a head start. It went from 62 degrees to 5 degrees Fahrenheit in an hour, 58 minutes. And at the 58-minute mark, it was at 5 degrees for quite some time. Like, it was dropping pretty good at first. It got to 5 and it like really didn't want to go past 5 degrees. And so I gave up. So does it work? Yes, it cools down and it gets there. Is it gonna do it in 5 minutes if you forgot to plug it in and you're like, oh shit, we're leaving now, plug it in, get it cool? No. We also have some other questions for a unit like this. If you run out of battery or you don't have a power source plugged into this, say you ran it in the morning, you filled it with a bunch of Cokes, and then you went to the beach and now it's not plugged in, it's in the sun. Is it a cooler? Is it gonna stay cool, or is everything just gonna melt right away like your $20 Coleman cooler? So we put a bag of ice in here and we left it for about 18 hours, basically overnight. And when we came back in the morning, it was actually in really good shape. When we ran that test with the Coleman cooler, it was terrible. It was just a bag of water. The good news is this is, in fact, well insulated and will keep your shit cold. And the final test, I think I already touched on this, but how much power does this thing draw if you're gonna run it off of a Jackery, a portable power station, what have you? If you're charging the battery, like we are right now, if the battery is plugged in and you plug this in, it takes about 85 to 90 watts. If you have no battery and you're just running it off your power station to keep it cool, it only takes about 35 watts, which is really impressive. That's really efficient, and I'm happy with that number. There is, though, a list of things that I don't like about this. I think we're gonna start first up with the wheels. I don't know what the deal is with these wheels, but they are not in good shape. They're not even round. And I'm a pretty handy person. I looked at it, I'm like, oh, it probably just needs to be centered. No, it's welded. If you look in there, there's little splatter from the welds. They are welded on this super janked angle. And so the real issue with that for me isn't that they're welded on an angle and they wobble. It's that they hit the unit. You shouldn't hear that rubbing. And maybe the most obvious thing in the room is black and gray, but a lot of black. This is a cooler. And not only that, this is like a day tripper. It's not a 12-volt fridge that you're gonna put in your Jeep and go overlanding for a week. This is a cooler. You're gonna take it to the beach for a day, take it on your boat for a day or two. If you live somewhere where the sun is just beaming down, this lid is black. It's gonna heat up. This whole lower portion is black and it's gonna heat up. A regular $20 cooler is like a light blue with a white lid. Even some of the 12-volt fridges that are meant to be kind of more used for like little day trips and camping, like this is the Iceco Go 20. This is just a little 20-liter dual zone fridge freezer. This thing's white all around. This is what I wanna see. This is what's gonna keep everything inside cool. This is gonna get hot. And the other thing that I just don't like about these units is the 194 watt-hour battery is the option. Doesn't matter if you get the 30-liter, the 40-liter, or the 50-liter. So you're spending more money each time, but you're actually losing performance because the 50-liter has more to cool and the 30-liter has less to cool, and they're running off the same battery. I would love if we could start seeing companies that are making these products increase the battery size with each unit and kind of standardize the runtime and all that kind of stuff. That would be sweet. When it comes to comparisons, I would honestly say that the best thing you're gonna get to compare it to is the Everfrost. If you're looking at the Glacier, stop. It's just, why does it need ice? You don't need ice. That's the point of a powered cooler or fridge, is so you don't have ice. Now this is the 50-liter, this is the 40-liter. So let's just go in with a little grain of salt, pretend this is the 40-liter. The 40-liter Everfrost is $849. The 40-liter Eco is $758. This has a 299 watt-hour battery. This has a 194 watt-hour battery. This has the little suitcase handle out the back with the wheels. This one has the folding up kind of prep tray. with the wheels on the back as well. They both have the same methods of charging. You can run both of them with or without a battery. But honestly, I just think that the layout and the design and the quality of the parts and components, like the wheels that actually spin in a circle. At the end of the day, honestly, I think the choice is yours. I really like the size of this. I really like the quality of this. It would be a hard decision for me to make, so I'm not gonna make it. I'm gonna just tell you the decision's yours to make, and that's all I got for you guys. So you're winning largely if you currently have a Coleman cooler and you're looking to upgrade, because this is not that. There's links in the description if you wanna check them out. Otherwise, that is all we got for you guys. I will catch you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out and stay charged.